Guys. My name is Michael. I'm a data security expert and programmer myself for 22 years. Some of you came to know me. Um, so, without further ado, I think let's talk about data security and get some training in place. Because I think this is kind of like one of the most important thing ever, especially for the businesses and even for private individual usage. Um, so coming about about this training is security awareness training. This is a very basic one. Does include like security by design or speciality regarding for developers or how to keep data secure on a cloud systems or anything like that. We just literally will go through a very basic training on this part. I want to say hi to everyone who's coming and listen to me. I think this is great. Thank you very much once again. And I hope this is going to be very useful for you. But yeah, coming about the context, what we're going to talk about today is malware, ransomware, phishing techniques, what's going to happen when business email is going to be compromised, deepfakes. You know, the world of AI is kind of like a big thing right now. What you need to really watch out and how this is going to be used against individual as individual users, but as a business threats as well. I'm also going to talk about DPO courses, and by the end of this training, I'm going to issue certificates individual for you for all of it. So yeah, let's talk about what the data security has become in the first place. I've been running my business for a couple of years now, but what I did find eventually, right now, data security, data compliance is a sales tool, and especially when you're trying to get if you're trying to get investors, if you're trying to get people on board, if you're trying to get a client, they will actually ask you for. Oh, I can see some comments coming in. So yeah, it is very crucial part right now. If you want to go for the public sector companies, if you want to go for like a bigger corporation style, and don't forget, the regulation is necessity. You need to have it. GDPR trainings, GDPR compliance. It is something that you need to have it. There's no doubts about it. It's written in law. But regardless that, it is a sales tool right now. I can't tell you countless times I spoke to companies who has security assessment, due diligence processes. They're trying to get some kind of a bigger client from the market, and this is really crucial part. Plus, on top of it, increase trust across the board, understanding your business and understanding how the data process is being processed within every single spectrum, every single part of your business is literally crucial. And I want to take care of my data, data that I'm working with, as I'm taking care of my family. Don't forget, we always talking about data as kind of like no ones and zeros, and no one's actually, it is not important, and so on. But let me tell you this: data, it is me, you, my family, the habits, what I'm watching, what I'm buying, what kind of therapy I've got, what kind of medication I take, what kind of problems I'm facing. Every single piece of information is data about me. And believe me or not, I would never want anyone to visit my Amazon and look at my buying list or getting um, information from the session guys, um, like therapy sessions, and even about my children. I don't want the data from schools being leaked somewhere. And this is a really crucial part: understanding what's happening with the data, how we actually manage the data within the business and individual level. Passwords, what kind of security precautions we actually taking. It is bottom line the important thing. Okay, and let me tell you also about my history slightly. So I will give you a bit more insight why I get into data security in the first place. Look, I'm 22 years experienced developer. I've programmed so many solutions, lead generation platforms, email systems, data security systems, many websites, and I know for the fact developers are not being trained properly. There's no proper training for developers regarding data security. We just do our bit. Okay, someone's going to ask us, "Oh, can you develop that?" Yes, great. Off we go. But by simple changes like instead of using incremental user IDs like 1 and 2 as threes, and we're going to use a hashed information like AWZ5A whatever. It's just different sequence of numbers and letters. Even part of our systems is going to be leaked to the world, to the public. Let's say the API which is going to allow us to download all the data from the database. It will be easy to write my script or get the script done to download sequential data. So like, oh, can you send me all the information about user number 1, user number 2, user number 3? But when it comes to security by design, it is crucial to actually get that in place, because if you're going to put, instead of 1 and 2s, you're going to put that AWA6 hashed versions of IDs, it will be very hard to find another sequence to download that data from your system. So this is kind of like a basic, but don't forget, data is you, me, your family, your habits, everything what you're actually doing across the internet. And believe me, there is so much data about us and what the businesses is collecting such a high rate. Every single click that we do is being tracked, it's being monitored. Even the push notification is being tracked in so many different ways. But okay, coming back to you guys, and I want to know you a bit more. You can use likes, what you do for a living. If you're a programmer, designer, marketing, sales, management, or and all that. Share, just give it the icon and likes or anything like that. That would be highly appreciated, because I want to know my audience right now. I really want. There will be few bits and bobs where I can share with you regarding different markets, different industries. So let's go on and cybersecurity. So deepfakes is something I'm really going to talk about later on, and I think it is going to be important because the threat is real. There is a really difficult to determine what is actually deepfake and what is actually real. But I think phishing. Okay. Obviously, majority of the trainings right now for employees, for the businesses, we're talking about phishing, viruses, malware, ransomware, and so many different ways. But I'm going to ask you, can you scan this QR code? So take your mobile phone, scan it, go to the page. You'll be right, and I'm going to give you heads up. You're going to be redirected to my YouTube YouTube URL. But this is how easy right now. Instead of actually redirecting to YouTube channel, I can redirect you anywhere I want. I can even duplicate. I can even duplicate YouTube login panel or login area, and you're going to just put in your details, and therefore I will access the information of your login details, and then I can use it across obviously YouTube, but probably you're going to have the email address under the same password. It is crucial. If you don't see or you don't trust certain business or certain website or what's it called? It's something that is looking not as too good to be true, like get 200 pounds gift card and sign up for free and so on and so on. You're going to obviously put your details. Probably you might be redirected to phishing platforms where it's trying to ask you for login details for certain platforms. It's very easy for people to actually create websites right now, and it is important to find certain aspects. So if you're going to, I think it's going to be a good idea to talk about the emails in your inbox, I guess. Right now, everyone's going to know about the prints. If he's trying to send you like £2 million and you just need to send him some kind of deposit to verify it is you, obviously, first of all, don't do that because that's a bloody scam. But what is important is to identify any other scams like that. And it is so interesting talking about phishing itself, because it can be phishing for information. It could be phishing about your login details. It could be phishing about what kind of platform you're using. Then that information can be used against you, against what you're actually doing, or trying to get step by step, slowly access to your account per se. So there is recovery passwords solutions across all different platforms. Yeah, normally it's like a questions of what is your favorite pet, or where did you meet your partner, things like that. Okay, and just imagine the situation where you're speaking to someone who's trying to hack into your account, and someone's going to ask you realistically, is it what's your favorite pet? Without thinking too much, you're just going to give that information out, and then someone's going to try to log in to your email address using that as reset password solution or the platform. So when we're talking about phishing, it's not just spamming emails you're going to get in your inbox. It is crucial to think about a new techniques about phishing. Okay, and I will go slightly more in about deepfakes and how it could be used again for the phishing, but scanning QRL codes or going to the website or links that you don't know of, it is dangerous. It is really dangerous, and you need to look on the URLs. You need to look on the spelling mistakes. English is my second language, so probably even if I'm going to write something, I'm probably going to misspell, or grammar is not going to be great. But regardless of that, I'll always try to identify if the URL that the email is coming from, it is genuine or not. And Oh yeah, actually, I've made a slide for that. um, da-da, da-da. So uh, obviously suspicion emails, but it's not only that, suspicion banners as well, guys. And if you don't know the person, do not ever, ever download any attachments. 'Cause this is big no-no. Um, I can I can probably force so many people by I think one of good examples is like I love you virus a while ago. That was like in early 2000s, where someone sent attachment with the virus, and the title was "I love you," and also was sent it from um, the, the original person. Uh, and then obviously it will be kind of like easy. Yeah, it is. I love you. There's a message. I'm going to download the link, see what's going to happen. There you go. You open the attachment. It's a virus, and then it's using your email to actually to send in more copies of itself across the internet. And that's how quickly the virus was spread. But another thing is, I can use that method as well for sending, let's say, an invoice or message recording. So many businesses receive some kind of like, oh, can you have a look on that invoice or pay that invoice, or there is a message for you waiting, have a look, so on. But yeah, if you don't know the email address, if you don't know the who's actually the sender itself, do not ever open the attachment. And I think let's talk about type of the malware. Okay, so ransomware, it is used to blackmail you. Okay, so it could encode your files on the system. It could actually download some information from your computer, like passwords or some kind of images, or documentations, or even a part of your programs that is available for you. And normally you'll try to get some kind of money for it. And this is going to be probably on a blockchain, so it will ask you to pay some kind of ransom, not to leak your data or to send the images about you, or not, or give you back the documentation that have been encoded and you don't have access anymore to that files. Obviously, spyware, it will try to steal your data in so many different ways. Obviously, bank accounts details, your login details to your corporate email address, your private address, anything that has potential to be used for the better for them is great. Okay. Then we've got adware. The spam, it was, and this is kind of a tricky part. Obviously, everyone's making money on ads, and the more ads, the impressions, and the longer they're going to be viewed, the more money someone's going to get. So I can install some kind of software that is going to trigger ads from the computer, and I can just make more money out of it without any problem. So it's not a massive deal as such, but nevertheless, it's still a problem because that could be not appropriate. It could be another more type of the viruses that's going to spread across. Worms. I think on this one, I'm going to keep it short. It is literally spreading across different computers. He's trying to get as big a network and of computers for usage. And normally this is happening on trying to get ransomware, AdWords. It is kind of like a package for other viruses. Okay, Trojan. It is, for example, and this is more now for kids that they need to watch out. Let's say I'm going to say I've got a great game, or I've got some kind of add-ins for a Minecraft game, a skin, or a new character, and I will just pretend this is some kind of applications or some kind of good addition for certain application, but it's going to be completely false. And I'm going to install some kind of viruses or spyware or ransomware on the computer instead of that particular application. And again, botnets, it actually tunes your computer for attacks, and that could be done in so many different ways. Let's say I've got some kind of goods, I've got a competitor server, and I can use your computers or computer networks to start hacking that competitor server or your website. It is more corporate than based on users, but it gives you this ability to stop some kind of competitor servers. So let's go to the next one. How to protect yourself. Protects yourself. Okay, first of all, I've been speaking to government bodies regarding defense, about the security or what kind of solution it is. If you've got only Windows Defender, consider yourself like not protected whatsoever. Windows Defender has no ability to protect you. Has no ability to give you any sense of protection regarding any viruses or hackers or attacks on your computer. So rather to do that, there is a lot free versions, but also paid version. Myself, I'm using ESET. It's really low light on a computer, but it's doing the job. It's great. But AVG is good. Bitdefender is also good. Norton, so, but it's very heavy on a computer space. So yeah, keep operating system and application and all the security applications updated, and this is crucial. If you've got this nudging information about, oh, can you update the system, or can you update the browser, or is outdated, there is a red button next to your profile on the browser. Click it, reset your computer, restart your computer, make sure everything's fully up to date. Because if you will go to malicious website, or you just allowing yourself to be hacked, and believe me, it's like with like viruses, like real-time viruses. If something goes on the market and there's no protections yet on the system, it spreads like a wildfire. It goes everywhere and starts spamming stuff around. So update and make sure you've got a commercial available antivirus. And if you're going to be audited by like government bodies for securities, in UK is ICOs, Windows Defender doesn't do the job, and you will fail the audit, and you're going to have a hefty fine. So think about this one. So I think it's time for coffee. I'm bloody love of my coffee always, and there is no particular time window for that session. So you can ask me anything it is about my personal life, about my programming skills, about security, about what kind of coffee I'm drinking. You can be as thorough as you like. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to have a question for you, and this is a battle of the day that I'm having with my wife, and you're going to be the judge of it, and you're going to hopefully give a good answer. Who's going to win this battle? So, if you've got any questions about the space I'm working with, go for it. See how it goes. But if there's no questions, I'm going to move to another slide. But either way, you can ask. I will try to answer it. So there you go. There is a battle. So, what you actually prefer, cookies or cakes, guys? Write write down your comments and see. I'm kind of interested to see who's going to be right about it. My missus saying he's a cake, and I'm saying he's a cookie. I'm kind of like a cookie guy. Cake is great, but don't take me wrong. Definitely cookie for me. So make that choice for us, and I'm kind of interested to see who's going to win the battle. That's all. And so I'm going to ask you: do you think this is deep fake? Man seems like a real shoes, but yeah, it was AI generated. It's not real shoes whatsoever, guys. And it is it is so crucial right now to watch what what we doing right now. To clone someone's voice is so easy right now. I'm actually playing myself with a few AI tools, and it's so easy to get someone cloned. You need only 3 seconds to get it cloned. Um, and this is a very crucial part for the phishing part. Right now, there is attacks going on where someone's going to pretend I'm my voice or my face, and it's going to give a call to my family member, my mother, my grandma, and say, "Oh, I'm in a really, really big trouble. Can you let me like 200 quid, send it to that account?" And you facing um, you facing kind of like, if you don't know what you're looking for, you're going to send them money, and you're facing going to be just scammed. Okay, and that goes also for the businesses. You can be scammed out of money. You can be scammed out of access to company databases. And if someone's going to pretend their voices or their phrases right now, so easy to fake that attack. Okay, um, looking on looking on the deep fakes, because now AI generated content is so easy to obtain, and you don't need to have a specialized machine. If you can spend around 2 grand, it will be just more than enough to make those type of attacks, and to pretend that you're completely someone else. What is important is to identify those issues. Now, new world is also opening about it, and is AI influencers. So someone's actually creates completely AI generated with AI voice um, influencers, and they go wild, and they're making quite good money on that. So think about this way: if your child is going to or your family member is going to give you a call, make sure you know the number, or if you don't know the number, look for certain glitches. And we're going to talk about those glitches. I will go to the weak spots of deepfakes. Okay, technology is really really good. Okay, but there is a certain issues, the weak spots that you can identify it. So if you're going to slow down the video, let's say, you're going to see some kind of slips between the frames. So the face or the hands will get like some. There will be some kind of glitches, or it will not probably line up the way it's supposed to. So you can watch on a very slow, because if you're going to watch normal speed, you may not get that effect. But if you're going to slow down or watch frame by frame, you should be able to spot those glitches, because there is outlines, there is certain things. AI has a massive problem with it. Poor lip sync. And this is another funny part. You see someone talking, but the voice is not great sync with the mouth movement. It is almost there, but it's not there. Okay, and it is also a point where you can just reference it, look deeply, and try to pick if it is actually a fake or not. Shift in the skin tone. Again, because it's AI generated, it will try to match the lighting, will try to match the skin tone of the environment as well. It is kind of interesting to see. Again, frame by frame, you're going to see those glitches, you're going to see those changes, which is going to be much easier to identify. And I think this is big giveaway for time being is eye movements. When I'm speaking or anyone speaks, you're normally going to be focused on one point. Or there is certain movements of the eyes, side to side, up to down, but you're trying to normally look in one direction, one spot normally. And with the AI, doesn't have this ability. It's very googly. It goes everywhere. It's just all over the place. And if you're going to look someone straight into the eyes, you can probably see those after effects. It doesn't. You can well. You can put it into like you can sync to the movement of the body. You can sync also to the movement of the lips, but it's really hard for them for AI system and the models to identify the movement of the eye with the audience. It just doesn't have the context, or it doesn't have data to put that properly. So let's go. Cookie battle. No one actually answered the cookie question. I was hoping. So, another interesting part. Business email compromise. Oh, this is I've seen that so many times. He's using techniques. So, like I did mention, you can use information about you by phishing, or you can get access by obviously some kind of a virus on your computer, or your password has been leaked from other platforms. Okay, and attacker is just logging into your compromised email address, and could be for the client, suppliers, or for your employees or business owners as well. So they're logging as that account, and they're looking for invoices. And they're going to send a payment request with the invoice attached to it, but the bank details going to be different on that invoice. And you're obviously not going to spot it in the first place, but it happened so many times before. People received email from from the business. They send the attachment invoice. Oh yeah, I have to pay it. Great, send it away. And this is how the email compromise. That's one of the biggest threats. But obviously, access to your very sensitive data, your customer data, your client's data, your supplier's data, and anything that you're actually doing, it is kind of dangerous, guys. So how to avoid it? Okay. Before you're going to send any money, any single penny, anything that you're going to receive as a kind of an email attachment, make sure the account number is matching the number you've been sending money previously. Because normally, if you're going to work with someone, they're going to inform you there is a new bank account open, or please send money to this account. It happens, but on the end of the day, double check if you're going to get the invoice. Check with the previous history, and match it if the information that you've got at hand and the new information being presented is the same or accurate, and double check this the sender email address. I can fake myself as any type of the email address. It's very simple to actually do. You just need a server. You can actually do it from your local machine. You can send it by any domain, by any name, and you can just pretend you're someone else. But as a reply, you're going to actually use reply to inbox, and what it's going to do is going to send the email into another inbox I want them to be received. So double check, making sure any money that goes out, it always goes to the same account. If not, confirm with the sender, confirm with the business, or confirm with your clients and suppliers if the details are correct. And I can't stress enough, multi-factor authentication, it is the key. Okay, so even if your password is going to be compromised, your email address is going to be compromised, it's really hard for them to get access to your physical object, which is obviously going to be your phone, where you can generate the code normally, or some kind of SMS confirmation for the code. So be in mind, set up always multi-factor factor authentication is the key for avoiding your email being compromised. It's not always the solution, but it will reduce the risk significantly, and this is a key point: risk reduction. Okay. And this is kind of like, so someone who's going to be interested, probably this is going to be on the individual level or organizational level as well, because the market is unserved, and there's a lot of opportunity for to become DPOs, and it is good money. Let me tell you, become a DPO and help businesses with their data management, data risk management, is great. And for anyone who's going to be interested to train their employees becoming DPO, I can definitely help on that. But also, if on the individual level you want to tap into that market, I'm happy to train you on those security, data security aspects as well. So for everyone who's actually attended that, we're going to check who was active. I will send you certification, so you can probably say that you went through that training, and it gives you this information about the basic. Don't forget, this is a basic training. Okay. But yeah, you will receive a certification for that as well. So I think it's time to escape, I guess. If you've got questions and anything like that, I'm happy to help you. And thanks for coming once again. My pleasure. Thank you for your time. I think this is great. And yeah, I hope see you next year, I guess. So all the best. Speak to you later. Bye bye.